Oh boy, here we go again. I got a tip that BH bots may be back. The tip said that there were 10 to 15 level 32s, which is suspicious. That's the lowest level required for BH. The guy who sent me the tip said the main killer account for these potential boosters is Magic's BH or something similar. I hopped on, but was only in time to catch the last couple accounts. They definitely look like bots or boosters. One of whom though actually talked. I asked in game how many the guy who tipped me off said had been around, and one of the suspicious accounts said a lot. We've got a cocky cheater on our hands. And I didn't have an account to kill them, but I want to be ready in case I catch any more. So I started to make one. 60 magic should be perfect. 6 hours later of splashing, I already had 32 combat. So I go back to Bounty Hunter, and you need 48 hours of playtime for this mini game. So I go check Hans in Lumbridge, and my account has less than 20 hours. What am I gonna do for 28 hours? I may as well turn this account into a little bit of a prod while I wait, and get 60 strength for a Dragon Warhammer without getting much hit points XP. That means pumping at the blast furnace for the next 25 hours. A day later, while I'm still waiting for my account to be old enough while I pump, I get a tip that there are lots of level 32 accounts on the main populated BH world killing each other over and over again with clear screenshots showing this. All the names look like they're bots as well. And I hopped on within an hour and the lobby is just full of these accounts. It looks like they're paused or something though. I counted roughly 30 of them just sitting in the lobby. I would guess it's definitely a bot farm. Too many accounts to just be a booster, and the fact that they're all idling in the lobby and have been for over an hour, now over 2 hours, means the script is probably paused or broken. There's no reason for a booster to stay logged in on 30 accounts like that. Lots of these bots have 2 to 8 bounty hunter kills. Probably more since they haven't seemed to log out since they were just boosting. Luckily, I found an old account of mine, not a PKer, but I got it up to level 50 magic while the other account gets playtime. Just in case these bots start up again, I want to be ready to kill them. And I also kept hopping to the other BH worlds in case the bots were active on them. And I found a different bot-like level 32 in one of the world's lobbies. So I went into the minigame and did a lap, seeing if I could get a target around that level. Did you catch that? I actually just caught that while I'm editing it. Must have missed one of them. Anyway, I start doing a lap, which is where I find Magic's BH, the alleged main booster account. He was a higher level on the high scores than me, but I looked him up and saw he had 10 hit points, and it looked like he's AFK, so I one-hit him. And the loot was a satisfying 3.5 mil. This account has 75 magic, 10 HP, but 61 bounty hunter kills. That's a little bit suspicious. This build wouldn't last up in 1v1 combat like that. Okay, back to all these bots in the lobby. They never actually went back into the portal and eventually logged off, and I haven't seen them since. I think Jagex might have actually outsmarted this new bot farm. There's so many measures in place to make it not easily abused. I mean, you can't get the same target within a certain amount of time if you've already killed them. I think it's 30 minutes, maybe 60. And if you skip 3 targets, you have to wait 30 minutes. And after that 30 minutes, the next kill you get, the points rewarded after that will be halved, and you don't get an emblem. Plus, all accounts have to risk a certain amount of cash that they lose when they die. Ultimately though, I'm super confused as to why they tested this on the most populated BH world. Obviously, the bots would just get massacred. Anyway, keep an eye out for stuff like this so we can help the bounty hunter game stay clean and safe from removal because of abuse. Yay! Except the bots are gone. Up next, a hilarious scam right after this. War Thunder is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made. You can play as more than 2,000 tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships in dynamic combined arms PvP battles, and the collection of vehicles spans over 100 years of development from the 1920s to present day. Every vehicle is incredibly detailed and modeled down to their individual components, offering a highly immersive combat experience. The game also has incredible graphics and detail in 4K resolution with authentic sound effects and beautiful music, creating an immersive atmosphere. I also absolutely love the combat interactions between the air, ground, and naval vehicles, but I definitely think playing an aerial vehicle is my favorite. So, play War Thunder free now on PC, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, or the previous console generation. And when you register on PC, there is a large free bonus pack for using my link, including multiple premium vehicles, premium account, boosters, and much more. Click the link in the description. Well, I've never seen this before. On Twitch, there's a looped video advertising a cheat client and its plugins, helper plugins for PVM as well as fully automated bots. and sorry I have to basically block everything out, but the name of it is all over the place. Clearly it's being view-botted as well with over 500 viewers, and I joined the stream to start trolling and telling people not to use it, but apparently I need to have been following this Twitch account for 3 months before I'm even allowed to chat. And I kinda left it there, but within an hour someone messaged me about it and said to join the Discord, which was being advertised and was linked under the stream. I did, and was banned almost immediately, like within 10 seconds. This person also told me that this is actually someone impersonating the cheat client, and that the Discord even has fake accounts with the exact same usernames as the real client, like hundreds of fake accounts. So not only is it some crazy advertisement for a cheat client, but plot twist, it's not actually the cheat client, it's a phishing scam. The chaotic evil behavior in this community is honestly pretty entertaining. And I guess the only people who would be phished are the ones who are trying to use a cheat client. Obviously, don't use cheat clients, but I guess if you do, don't embarrass yourself and get phished by a fake one. I don't even know what to say anymore. If you haven't already heard, there seems to have been a massive ban wave that included a lot of legitimate players, maybe multiple ban waves over the past few weeks. Lots of Reddit posts about it. Some influencers even were falsely banned, like Frame. Jagex said they didn't make any major updates to the bot detection system. That seems somehow very unlikely. Even more so unlikely after I tell you this. A couple days before the first major news of false bans, I was on vacation, but multiple botters reached out on Discord and asked if I was targeting specific bot clients by going through the scripts, finding usernames in game, and reporting that. Like I said, I was on vacation, so I was confused. Obviously, that wasn't me. The reason they were reaching out though, they told me, was that there was a large wave of bans, to the extent that hadn't been seen in years. Not quite a bot nuke, but so much more than usual. And after digging into it more, they seem like non-manual bans. That's all I know, and maybe I'm wrong, but this does not seem like a coincidence with the false bannings. And check this out, like a week before all this happened, Modash said on Twitter that there's something coming that should help the bot problem. But it sounded like that something wasn't coming for a while, not in a week. Make of that what you will. I'm guessing what happened isn't exactly what Modash was referencing, but maybe it was the first step. So Jagex had to backtrack and unban a ton of accounts. And from what I've heard, botters took advantage and submitted appeals for a lot of their recently banned accounts, some getting hundreds of their bots unbanned. That's fine if it means all the falsely banned players are unbanned. Those are way more important than bots being banned, but obviously it's still not ideal. We never like to see bots being unbanned. If you know anything more than this, please reach out. I just woke up to 24 tips about the same thing. Level 4 bots in Narda. Between 3 to 10 of them per world, seemingly buying chalk ice. So many tips because they're so obvious. Literally, if you have a group of 10 bots per world, a real player's not gonna miss it. They're clustered around Roku, which is why I think they're buying chalk ice. None of them have stats on the high scores though. And lots of tips pointed out that chalk ice can be purchased for 30 GP each and then sell on the Grand Exchange for 130 GP each. But if we check the wiki, the daily volume is less than 100, so that theory doesn't actually hold up. The clear theory here is that this is a massive agility pyramid bot farm in early stages. Chalk ice works kind of like water skins, but it also heals 7 hit points and are weightless, perfect for the agility pyramid. So this botter clearly did their research. And just to double check, a day later I went to the agility pyramid and the theory is confirmed. They're all at the pyramid and most of them are now on the high scores with a low thieving level and 50s to 60s agility. Jagex definitely already knows about this bot farm and will be swooping in and banning them soon, hopefully. Every day I'm getting tips about a bot farm teleporting to Camelot consistently in full wizard robes. Finally, I woke up early enough around 7 AM to record them because they don't actually stay teleporting to Camelot for all that long. And this farm is huge. Not every world has a bot, but most have between 3 to 10 of them spam teleporting to Camelot. So there are at least a few hundred accounts in the farm, maybe close to 1,000. But what are they there for? The farm is big enough where it's pretty easy to track, because I'm also getting tips about accounts in blue wizard robes alching at the Grand Exchange. So I found those as well. I think that's the next stage they go to after teleporting to Camelot to get up to 65 magic for high alchemy. So the next question is, what are they alching that's so profitable to suicide bot it? It's time to send the usernames to Jagex to figure this all out. And the anti-cheating team got back to me quickly. It turns out it's actually an old bot farm, just with new training methods. They're air orb bots. And once Jagex told me that, I also found them banking at the Ferox Enclave. Jagex says they're being banned pretty consistently, which is also why the farm is being trained basically every day. These bots have to be replenished daily. Oh man, okay, I got a tip that there are bots making sacred oil during the Shades of Morton minigame. First, I didn't realize this was 900k GP per hour. That's a pretty good consistent moneymaker with not that many requirements. And sure enough, there are 10 to 20 bots at any one time in World 377 doing this. They have some interesting names. The botter seems to be a fan of certain substances, and I'll just leave it at that. They're all in the same world, so it should be pretty easy for Jagex to swoop in and just ban them. And I've received a few tips that there are bots at Guardians of the Rift in the lower used worlds. There are tons of Guardians of the Rift worlds, 11 to be exact. Probably that's overkill for the minigame, and the botters are using less populated worlds to avoid the major player crowds in the super populated worlds. But if you're looking for them, that makes it actually a lot easier to find them. I got a tip that there's a pretty common bot we all know of, but it's hiding in a place I wouldn't have expected to look. Master Farmer thieving bots southeast of Varrock. I had forgotten there was even a Master Farmer here. There is one per world, all with 99 plus thieving. Not that interesting, but I want to take a look at how much this bot farm makes an hour and per day. There are 161 members worlds. Let's say they're only on 140 of them. Master Farmer is 600k per hour. That's 84 mil per hour. Let's say they run 16 hours a day, is 1.34 billion GP per day, or roughly 40 billion GP per month, or well over 400 billion GP per year if they're not banned. The good news is they're not making all this money because they're all banned now. And I didn't even report them. Less than a week after I found them, Jagex picked them up and banned them. Remember to check out War Thunder for free now using my link in the description. Don't forget, if you register now on PC, there is a large free bonus pack using my link. Thanks to War Thunder for sponsoring the video.